you could hold, because we probably go lower into like the end of the day, where you'd have opportunity to close out of a short position after some movement that would maybe scare you out of the market. I did expect more movement to the upside, but overall definitely to the downside as expected, because we've got this universe card here. And we technically did open higher as expected, and there was this fast sudden move higher, and then a decline. Okay, so opened higher, declined into a trough or low, and then we had this fast sudden move higher, which is the horse right here. It's situational clairvoyant anchor. It's situational, meaning that the direction that it points and where it lays on the board, and by board I mean this dark blue rectangle, depending on those two things, direction it's pointed and where on the board it's actually landed, that'll give a lot of the meaning of what it is. There's a lot of intuition that's necessary when utilizing the situational anchors versus the ones that have a specific meaning. Right, but so this was I would have expected a little bit more sidewaysy before this fast sudden move higher, but this was likely where does this 2 o'clock, this this was the fast sudden move higher at the end of a bit of a decline, and then we had a rally increasing with momentum moving forward into a peak or crest that we sell off from down to and through support. And then we do a U-shaped reversal below like a second support, and we come back and we reuse that second support as support. So we break through it momentarily. What's interesting is that we do have this ruin here is very bullish. Well, not necessarily bullish, but it indicates some sort of peak at the very end of the day. And then you combine that within the post market, we've got the abundance card, and there's likely some sort of like, after this decline that we're gonna see here, there's likely a move back to the upside to like a new local high in the post market. Maybe I wouldn't bank on that though. I would utilize this Ace of Cups as an opportunity to close a short. We may very well see lower tomorrow, but at this point I think people who've had short positions, they've probably got some pretty good profits. An egg in hand, I think, is worth 2 in the bush, is the expression. A bird in hand. Hey Conrad, hey AV, hey Trading Altitudes, hey Tiberiz, Miradula. Good to see you guys, or see your names. Going well, doing well. I updated my subliminal list a couple of days ago, the subliminal audios that I listened to like on repeat. I updated them with some extra effective versions, and I'm feeling pretty good about the changes that are happening. Can we keep the shorts until the 21st? It's risky. It's risky because what we're going to have here at the end of the month somewhere, there should be a fast sudden move higher. It may be this Ace of Swords right here, because we have a peak and a crest, prominent peak and a crest here. And this could actually be the lowest low right here. But I would say holding it until the 21st is probably a little risky. This is an exit. I would say this is an exit here. And then this lowest low that we have on the 14th is actually, looking at it now, is looking more so like it's going to take place on the 16th. I have the 14th through the 16th marked. I'm so sorry, guys. You could technically hold it until the 21st, but I think it's risky. It might be lower. It's probably the same low as the 14th. But really, like you could get back into a short position probably tomorrow. Let's take a look at tomorrow. Like we probably open lower. Matter of fact, I think based on the Ace of Cups here at the close, the Unicursal and the Death card, and then you see we've got the Death card here, and we've got the Ace of Cups here at the beginning of the day. It's likely that the decline like here at the end of the day off of a peak or crest takes us into like continues into the early morning. That's what it's kind of feeling like here. You might adjust your position if you have a good profit. You might adjust the position, sell, take the profit, close that position, and then open a cheaper, option. Something maybe a little bit further out than what you closed. But you want to make sure that you stay away from same week expiration. Like that's a big no guys. Stay away. If you're doing out of the money especially, you should really just stay away from out of the money, especially when trading with this stuff, because we don't know price levels as much as we know behavior, right? So it's important. Hey, Robert. Will SE and China stocks, Baba and Neo, be bullish? Hermes, you're such a kisser, man. I'm trying to read, my man. I'm trying to read. Oh my God, what a lover you are. Let me stop. Are you talking about like the ticker SE? Baba was one of the first stocks that I recommended as a stockbroker. I think it was $8. It's like back in 2007, I think. I just want to check out my memory here. Oh, then it wasn't Alibaba, it was... Man, what was it? Oh man, it'll come to me. Anyhow, that's better, Hermes. So the question is, August, the overall trend for Baba through August, August through October. So the question is, what's the overall trend for Baba and Neo throughout the months of August through October? So for Baba, we've got it's pretty bearish. Looks like we have a significant move off of a peak or crest here in August. There's a failed attempt to break through key resistance and a decline through key support. that takes place on a multi-day scale in September, and then in July we have a sideways fluctuating decline. However, that sideways fluctuating decline does offer opportunity to open up a long position or open up a growth position. It's the Empress card for October. Generally, this marks like a good opportunity to open up a growth position. And then for NEO, what's the overall trend direction throughout the months of August through October 2023? So this one's looking a bit more bullish. So there's a U-shaped dip here in August. So two peaks within and a valley between them, and then we should see a new high, at least a new local high. So let's take a look. Yeah, we should see a new local high take form in in September, and then in October we have a peak that we sell off from down to and through support. And then we do a U-shaped reversal below support and come back and reuse it as support. Appreciate it, Robert. Thank you. Appreciate your business, my man. Conrad, so we can open up a short at the close in 20 minutes or so and sell first thing in the morning since we have the unicursal energy overnight. That's a good bet. That's a good bet. I'll go through that in just a moment. SE ticker. What's the overall trend direction for SE, which is C Limited sponsored ADS? So the ticker symbol SE, what's the overall trend direction for the months August through October? All right, so August we have a sideways fluctuating decline. It precedes a rally, so there's opportunity there to open up a long position. September we have an overbought peak or crest that we sell off from down through multiple support levels, and then October we decline to and through support, meet a secondary support that's on the scale of a multi-day chart, and we rotate sideways along that second support. Will QS recover in August? Oh, let me back up here. So open a short in 20 minutes. Let's see. Hermes, you're in my way, buddy. Come on. Go eat your treat I gave you. You want another one? Sorry, guys. I gotta give him a treat. Can you sit? Good boy. Good sit, Hermes. Good sit, Hermes. Good boy. I mean, this is probably the peak here at the end of the day that we sell off from. So I think probably that's probably what this ruin was indicating, is this peak here at the end of the day, and we should see selling off down and then down. I think we'll probably go past this through unicursal. I don't know if I would wait even to get into the short, but what I would do is I'd close a short if I've got a profit in a short that I opened up today or yesterday or maybe the day before. I would close that short for a profit. And then I would open up a less expensive position in anticipation of a further decline. Interesting. So these are probably consecutively lower lows, like a sideways fluctuating decline. So we go from a low to another low to another low, and then we have this fast sudden move higher, this like swiftness energy that takes us to a peak at the end of the day. I would close out of the short position here first thing in the morning in the midst of a decline to a low. And then at the end of the day, at that peak or crest, when we have like a failed attempt, there'll be like a reversal on a high, and then we'll probably come back and there'll be like an attempt to break the resistance where that high formed here at the very end of the day. It'll be a failed attempt, and we'll turn around and we'll decline through key support there at that second, like not the first high, but the second high of the afternoon. There'll be one in the morning, and then we're going to have notable ones here at the end of the day. Not the second, but the third, right here at the very end of the day, before the close, when there's that failed attempt at breaking through the resistance that forms where the second high forms. And I would open up short position there, close that short position. Probably first thing in the morning on the 14th. This might be where well, no, actually, we probably go lower. It may be that these are consecutively lower lows. I'm thinking these might actually be consecutively lower lows, but then there's this big move out off of a low here. Maybe it's not a lower low. Oh, actually, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Yeah, it could be. In fact, I think it probably is. So these are probably lower lows. We go from a lowest low to a even lower lowest low, and then a lowest low for the entire month. Well, can I explain how the cards align with time? So, with an ESOMeta spread, these are custom spreads developed for the ESOMeta analysis system. There's two different categories of placements on the board. There's the timeline cards, which are linear. They go across horizontally through time, right? This is on the board. The board from left to right represents time moving through time along a horizontal line, right? And then the other category of card are the significator cards, which are these cards that are kind of like on the periphery of the horizontal line of cards. On the 1 month, these horizontal cards, these timeline cards, each represent roughly 1 day. Not every single day is going to line up perfectly with one card's energy. It just doesn't work that way. But for the most part, the timing will be pretty accurate, and there'll be some places where it fluctuates plus or minus a day. Hopefully, when we do a really good job, it doesn't fluctuate on the highs and lows. But sometimes it's hard to do that. In any case, that's on the dailies, and on the monthlies. And when you look at the dailies, it's the same thing. You've got these significator cards here, and then you've got the timeline cards here. And the timeline cards represent, some of them are a little bit different, but these cards represent hours of the day, right? 9 to 10. This card represents behavior specifically around the open. This card represents behavior specifically around the close. And then this is kind of like what happens pre-open and post-close. Still timing cards, in my opinion, but they're kind of like also significators in a way. Here we go. Interesting. So we probably do have this shot to the upside, looking at what's taking place here. There's probably a notable move here to a peak or crest, and then we probably sell off from that pretty notably into a lower price level tomorrow. Either that or it's the same price level. But I would say this is a really good place to take profits. If you haven't done so, I would not hesitate at this point. If you got a good chunk of change from a short position, I would take it here. If you really, really, really don't want to miss out on the possibility of more decline, open up a less expensive position, take profits, and open up a less expensive, safer position. Like a position that's like, by safer, I mean if you're doing options, it's got a further expiration than what you're closing for a profit. And you should do your best with ESOMeta, guys, since most of the time we don't predict the actual price levels. It's important to stay, if you want to catch these moves, you're much more likely when using options to catch these moves and benefit from these moves when you've got in the money options. If you try to trade the ESOMeta information with out of the money options, you're probably not going to do well, because you're going to miss, even though you're going to see these moves, the moves won't be enough to put the price level where it needs to be for it to actually profit on the option of an out of the money option, if that makes sense. So you should always stick to in the money or at the money when you want to get really speculative at the money. But as soon as something's out of the money, you should just get out, dude. Either that, or I wouldn't double down on out of the money options. I would just get out and then find a better entry point for a position. Hopefully that answers your question, AV. Will QS recover in August? Oof. What a drop. What a drop. Does the price of QS shares recover in the month of August 2023 from its drop in August 2023? I gotta know. I got the disappointment card. So there's going to be like a resistance. It looks like we're going to break through because we've falsely established support. And then we decline probably through this falsely established support. That looks very possible that we're going lower here. Conrad, you want a treat? Hey, Carolyn. A high for Netflix on August 14th. Let's take a look. Oops. And guys, for those of you that are taking profits, don't forget that rule of karma, man. Counting on it. Channel really needs that support. Oh, that's 2024. I'm daydreaming. Sorry, guys. I think it may be on the 15th, the high. It's probably on the 15th actually, or like the cusp of the 14th, 15th. And that'll be like the highest price level thus far, and then we should see a higher price level around the 21st. That's the 8th. Yeah. Yeah, so the high is probably on the 15th, but it's not going to be a high, like highest high for the entire month. It'll be the highest high thus far there on the 14th, most likely, and then we'll have a higher one here on the 21st. We might have another one here on the 28th, a higher one, or it could be like just a prominent peak or crest. Hard to kind of determine. When we get to like the 23rd, 24th, we'll probably have a much better idea of if this is going to be a higher price level than the peak here or not. Tarot trend direction W day tomorrow, please. W day. So overall trend direction for WDAY shares for tomorrow throughout the day of the 11th of August 2023. Significantly bullish. We have the start of a rally there. Although, matter of fact, maybe not the start of a rally, but it'll be a significantly bullish day tomorrow for W day. You're welcome, AV. You're welcome, Mirdula. What does Libra look like for September? You're talking about Libra finance, I presume? What's the overall trend direction for Libra finance throughout the month of September 2023? So there's a resistance level highlighted on a multi-day scale that we've come up against many times before. We failed to break through all those times. Doesn't necessarily mean that we don't break through it this time. However, the majority of the times with the cruelty card, like 90 something percent of the time, you're going to see us decline off of this resistance, or at least bump up against it a bunch of times if we don't decline off of it. But it's going to be something we've seen, a resistance we've seen many times before, failed to break through. And that's the overall trend for September. Is BTC going under $2? No, 28.5. I got you. For lowest low, let's take a look. Oops. It's looking pretty bearish there, especially because we haven't seen too much of a drop just yet. This is the peak. This is the tower card peak right here. Very clearly the tower card peak right here. Interesting. So we had this peak here on this. I had it on the 8th. It was the 7th and the 8th. Why does it only go to the 8th? What the heck? That's weird. I'd say there's a good shot it does, yeah. It's looking... Yes or no? Yeah, I got a yes. I got a yes for that proof. Carolyn, your little green star is not there because your membership, I guess maybe you accidentally canceled it since you don't know that it's canceled. But yeah, it's not. There's no star there because you're not on the members list anymore for whatever reason. I didn't do it. NVDA tomorrow and coming week, and what happened to it? All right, NVDA. Overall trend direction for NVDA for tomorrow, August 11, 2023. Sideways fluidity, so we should see sideways behavior along a support. Equal amounts of bulls and bears inflow, outflow. Usually it's a tight range, sometimes it's price swings. And then the overall trend direction for the following week. Ooh, the unicursal. Significant decline through creating multiple new resistance on the way down. X4 down about 30% because of earnings. Your call a month ago saved me today. Thanks for that. Do you see X4 going to $2 by the end of the year? Awesome. Glad to hear I was able to help out, Tabriz. Let me screenshot that one. Do I see X4 going down? Oops, hold on a sec there. Do I see X4 going down to $2 by the end of the year? Whoa, my gosh. What a drop. Do I see X4 going to $2 by the end of the year? Yes or no? Does X4 reach $2 per share between now and the end of 2023? I gotta know. I gotta know twice. I'd probably just steer clear. Meta swing short tomorrow looks good, or better to wait till the 16th? All right, guys, we're gonna cut off like the questions that are up, or the last questions that'll be answered. I didn't realize what time it was, but that's it. No more questions. And we were doing Meta. I probably wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do a short here. Because the way that it turned out, I don't think we saw that move to the upside out of the decline, really. Let me see. No, here's the decline. We should have a move to the upside out of it to resistance with a fast, like a notable move on a 1 day chart, taking us to resistance on the multi-day chart, and then we'll have consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. I might short it at that resistance, open a short position at that resistance tomorrow. But I probably would just stay away from shorts in Meta right now. Even though this is saying open up a short position. That was at the very like that was at the very beginning of the month was the opportunity to open up that short position. So I'd probably steer clear of shorts with Meta at this point. Hey Cal, Solana, is it good to buy at the current price, or will it get cheaper? Um, Probably not the best place to buy it because this was a high here, and then we have a highest high in September. It looks like I see a lowest low here, but I might have read this wrong because this was done at an early time. Um, Ace of or Princess of Cups low. I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't open up a long position here. I mean, it's going to go higher overall. Like on a multi-year scale, I would buy it. But if you're looking for like a multi-month trade, there's probably a better place to do so here. Maybe in October or December, possibly. Hermes' favorite crypto is Bone. Will Solana reach $400 in 2024? I didn't do it yet, did I? No. That would be a really big move. Let's see. Will it reach $400 by April 2024? I got a yes for that. Super bullish. Like I said, Solana is one of my top picks for crypto. All right, so just a real quick recap for tomorrow, guys, and then I'm going to roll. Right, so if you decided to risk it and hold the short position into tomorrow, best to close it first thing in the morning. Or if you repositioned yourself into another short position, best to close it in the morning. We'll probably see, like, it's possible that we see lower, like a lower low here and then an even lower low here. Um, but it's kind of mixed. It's like a sideways fluctuating decline. So these lows will be in between troughs on the or crests on the way down, and then at the very end of the day, there's a big move to the upside. So I would close short position there first thing in the morning. And what I do is, in the midst of the decline first thing in the morning, if if it seems like it's fallen a significant amount, like I probably open up a long position right there. I'd open up maybe like 30% of a long position, and then if we end up having a lower price here, I'd add another, I don't know, 30%, and then if we have a lower price here, I'd add another 40% of a long position. If it's the same low, maybe I'd add to it as well. But I want to be mindful. There's probably more than one opportunity. I don't want to jump the gun and get it all here, but these could be the same lows rather than lower lows. And overall trend direction, there's going to be a big move to the upside. I want to exit out of the long position that I open here in the midst of this decline. I want to exit out of that when we create a new high towards the end of the day here, followed by a decline, or followed by a reversal, and then a failed attempt to break through key resistance at the same price level that this high formed here at the end of the day. Resistance, failed attempt to break through it. That's where I would enter into close the long position and open up the short position in anticipation of the drop over the weekend. All right, my friends. Oh, and I want to check out SPC real quick. Oof. Yikes. This stock is really frustrating me. I want to see this move already. It'll happen. It's just a matter of time. All right, my friends, with that said, thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. If you guys are taking profits on shorts, please make sure to follow that rule of karma. The channel does need your support. We're doing this all of this stuff every single day. We're on here for an hour doing this for free. So make sure to follow that rule of karma, my friends. And then you make sure that you're sending a little bit towards the charities on the resources tab of the website Tarot for Traders, through one of these click here links. That leaves you at 90% left over. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you do that, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel, my friends. All right, my friends, I'll see you guys on the next one.